A weed connoisseur.
Weed, no.
All right, so let me start by telling you this shit, right? A guy in our classroom when I was studying in college, he would be smoking it every day, right? This guy would smoke morning, noon, and night, right? And one day he said to me, Kev, have you ever tried weed? I said, no, not really, man. I've never really tried it. And he went, no, you got to do it. You got to do it. I said, all right. So he goes, this one's one of my dad's favorites. It's quite heavy, but he said, you got to take a long swig at it, right? He said, and then just enjoy the taste in your mouth. I said, all right. So when I went, like this, right? And I fell asleep 3 minutes later. The fucking thing put me to sleep. When I woke up, he went like this. He went, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "I just kind of went." And he went, "Yeah, now the question I need to ask you." I said, "Go on. Do you think you're sleeping now, or were you sleeping then?" He said, "That's the question I always ask myself."
What the hell?
So I looked at him and I went, "Stop smoking."
That was good. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Comedy Club Confessions. We have a very special guest. He's here all the way from the UK. Not for this, but he's here for Netflix is a Joke Comedy Festival. He's here. He's at shows in the Laugh Factory. And I happened to run into him today at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel because I was just taping my Arsenio taping. And I ran into him. And I was like, dude, I got to have you on my podcast. So he's here right now. Let's give a round of applause for Kev Orkian.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's it. Applauding myself. I love that. Love that.
Well, there's three of us in here.
That's it. I know. Yeah, no, true. But to be honest with you, applauding yourself is kind of recognizing that you have a talent. Do you know what I mean? I tend to say to people, just applaud yourselves. And they're like, no, man, I can't do it. I just, it's really weird to kind of compliment yourself. No, do it. Don't do it in front of other people, but do it. But I'm on a podcast now, so I'm kind of complimenting myself in front of you guys.
Yeah, you are.
Thinking, you're an idiot. But, that's fine.
So, if you guys don't know, Kev is Kev Orkian.
Yeah.
He's Armenian,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
From the UK.
Yep.
And my question to you is, when did you start doing comedy?
Oh, man. Well, when I was in school, I was always telling jokes.
Were you born in Armenia?
No, I was born in England.
Okay.
Yeah, born in England, and I was kind of telling jokes from the age of like 4 or 5. I used to love joke telling. I used to love telling stories, but then you kind of grow up and whatever, and that kind of dies down. You start getting into girls and all that shit. But you know what? Kind of telling jokes got me some of the best looking women in my life.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I started doing stand up in the first place.
Well, there you go. Then.
Right?
Go. So we have something in common already. There you go.
Yeah.
So not only are we
I think that's any comedian, because you first start doing comedy, like you don't get paid much.
No.
You get a few dollars for every show.
Don't know that.
But the girls don't know. The girls say, "Oh my god, he's on. He's famous.
Oh my god, he's driving like an Audi." Yes, that. Ooh. But no, that's what I did. I just told jokes and I got into it. And then I didn't start as a stand-up comedian. I started as a musical theatre actor. So I was doing all the big musicals like Grease, Buddy Holly, Boogie Nights, Happy Days. I did all those musicals, man. I did them for like 10 years in the West End and always played the comedian. Always played the comic part in those shows. And then gradually...
Who'd you play, like Danny Zuko?
No, he's not the comedian in that.
Who's the comedian?
It's Doody.
Who's Doody?
Doody's the one that was the fat one in Grease.
Oh, the one who goes, does she put out that one?
That's it. But then I had a song called it was like this guitar solo that I don't play the guitar, so I used to hold it, and the guy in the orchestra used to play the guitar while I was like C C C C A minor F F F F F G, like so I was doing just all that stuff,
You lost your accent right now when you sang. What happened?
Well, it's an American musical, isn't it? So you go into American accent. What's that playing on the radio? But so I did that. But I did I did 10 years worth. And then I just thought, you know what? I want to do something different. And then a colleague of mine, who's actually a mentor of mine, actually said to me, look, there's this guy, he's pulled out this big comedy show in the UK, and it's 18 weeks work. Do you want to do it? I went, hell yeah, I do. Went up there. I died on my ass every night. I died. My comedy was shocking. But I learned the trade. I learned how to do stand-up. I learned how to tell jokes. They taught me, they helped me, the guys that were in the show. And then I went back into musicals for 2 years. I thought, I need to recoup.
So when did you combine them both? Because I know I've seen you perform at the Tropicana in Las Vegas one time.
Yeah.
You do musical, you do piano and stand-up.
Yeah.
You do both.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you first started, was it just stand-up or was it both?
No, I started with the piano first.
Okay.
Yeah, piano came first, man. That was like 3.5 years old. My mum plonked me on a piano. She's like, learn this thing. And that's how it came about, you know.
But for stand-up though, like when you did the stand-up, was it with the piano at first or?
That was in the millennium.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
That started in the millennium, yeah. Started doing stand-up. I did a bit of comedy with the stand-up and this and that, whatever. And then I went and studied some great comics that were on the piano, like Dudley Moore,
Yeah.
you know, and Victor Borga and all them lot. And I just kind of got my flow from there. My mojo started developing. And then it was 2000 and probably 4 or 5 when I really got into piano comedy.
Dude, you're like so fast with the like I've seen some videos like.
But that's because of the practice. I used to be a concert pianist. I'm not anymore.
Okay.
I'm not anymore. I'm not taking that credit anymore. But I used to be. But the amount of like hours I'd be on that piano, like 10 hours a day practicing, your fingers get used to it. You know what I mean?
You're
You
just
can
like so fast.
like that, yeah, straight away, man. And then
You're amazing, bro.
and then-
Amazing.
Thank you, bro.
So good. I'm gonna attach a clip to this. He's great. Stand up, everything is amazing.
Oh,
Okay.
God bless you, Jack. No, but it's just, you know, it's what it is. And then I just wanted to be original. I wanted to do something different, which is why I added that character, the whole Armenian character. You know,
Yeah.
He talks like this on stage and he doesn't speak very good English.
And you did that on Britain's Got Talent, right?
2010, yeah.
2010 Britain's Got Talent, and
Yeah.
how you place? Did you place top 3 or what was that?
So I got into the I went to the openings, then I got into the first bit, then I got into the second, then I got into the semi-finals.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then at the semi-finals, quite controversial to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Simon Cowell gave me another contract.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the contract meant he would own me for 5 years,
Oh.
and I just went
No.
So I pulled out, and then they basically
Yeah.
buzzed me out of the show.
Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah,
dude.
man, but it happens.
It's the business.
It is the business. We
It's
know
the
how
business.
it works.
Yeah, I
We
was
know
like,
how
you
it
know
works.
what? Yeah, he's like.
But I was happy I moved out. I was happy. I lost to a dog.
You lost
And
to
the
a dog.
I lost to a dog, and I thought that kind of what. I was
What did
like,
the dog do?
The dog looked at me. You're like, I'm sorry, man. You know, and you've been doing this.
No,
a lot
I mean,
longer than I have.
what was the act the dog did? What did he do?
The dance.
The dog danced.
Yeah, don't remind me, Jack, because this has been I've
Oh my
had therapy for this.
God.
You know what I mean? So
A dog beat
a
dog.
dog
A
beat me.
fucking dog.
The dog was dancing. Anyway, there is good news to this because he died 2 years later.
But I don't understand that because like this can literally, if you win that, it'll change your career. You can have your own residency in Las Vegas or in UK or something. The dog is not gonna have that residency. Who's gonna pay fucking $150 to go see a dog dance?
Well, no, they so we have a tradition in England, right, called pantomime.
Okay.
And this is a Christmas tradition where people go to the pantomime and we do the Christmas shows like Aladdin, Cinderella, Snow White, I don't know, Robin Hood, and all that. It's a Christmas pantomime, and children go, and it's all families, and it's all about an experience. It's an old tradition, and that's where the dog ends up performing.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
So every Christmas he turns up and he performs and whatever, and it works. I mean, 1 year they won. 1 year the dog won. 1 year, it wasn't my year, but 1 year the dog won.
The dog won the whole thing.
The dog won the whole thing. That's how good the dog was.
Oh, okay. Was the dog British?
I didn't speak to the dog. I'll be honest with you, but it looked British. But yeah, no, it was just like, what the hell is this about? But you know what? At the end of the day, it's Britain's Got Talent. So if the dog's got talent, you're gonna vote for it.
Yeah. What was the turning point for you? Like when did you know you were gonna lose when they were in the voting? Like
Totally.
you felt it already.
Well, no, when I didn't sign the contract,
Oh, okay.
Simon Cowell said, "Stick it up your ass."
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Off stage. So I went, I'm now gonna walk on and die on my ass, you British people. And I did. I walked on stage, just started my act, and immediately Simon Cowell buzzed me. And then a little while later, Piers Morgan buzzed me. And then finally, well, Amanda actually didn't buzz me at all. She kept me right till the end. But it was quite like, oh my God, I need to get out of here now. You know, it's that kind of thing.
Oh wow. Is there a big Armenian population in the UK?
8 to 10,000.
Really?
So not very big. No,
That's not
I mean,
big.
you guys here are spoiled. It's
We have 8 to 10,000 on this block on Hollywood Way.
everywhere you go. I mean, seriously, I walked down Glendale. I was like, I couldn't. It took me nearly 3 hours to do one block. The amount of people that kept stopping me, going,
Yeah.
"Oh, Kev, how are you, my
Yeah,
friend?"
yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, "Oh my God." You
Yeah.
know?
Are you Beirutsi, Haystansi, Barska?
No, I'm Borsetsi. So my mother and father are from Istanbul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're from Istanbul, born and raised in Istanbul. My mum's actually more Armenian than my dad. My mum's Sivas, but they both came over to England in the 60s. 70s.
For the people that are watching what I just said, Barska is basically Persian Armenian,
Persian
Haystansi
Armenian,
is Russian Armenian, all the Armenians went. They went everywhere.
Scattered, mate.
Scattered after the genocide.
Yeah, that's it. After the genocide, everyone was like, "I'm out of here."
I know my dad went to Mexico.
Did he really?
That's what I mean.
But yeah, no, straight out, and yeah, my family went to Turkey, and then from Turkey, my father came over to England in sometime in the 60s, and then my mother came over in 72.
Wow, that's crazy. Beautiful story. So right now, tell us about Netflix as a joke. What was the phone call? What was it like? When did you find out?
So I was in Vegas, like nearly a couple of months ago, doing the Tropicana. I headline there every year, and I was there, and the owner of the brand Laugh Factory, he out in Vegas called Harry. He turned around and said to me, "Man, they're doing this thing called Netflix is a joke, and they're doing it in Los Angeles, and they're looking for some British comics. Would you be willing?" Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even let him finish the sentence.
That's
I was
perfect.
like, "I'm there, man. I'm there." He said, "Okay, well, we'll get it sorted and whatever." And they did, and I came out, and that's why I'm here. I did my first show on Monday night. I'm doing another one on Friday night. Boom.
Who else is on the show?
So they're all British acts that I've actually worked with in Britain as well. So we got Kojo, very funny man, great routines, great. Jamali Maddox, he's great. We got London Hughes, we got Ian Edwards. We were meant to have, actually, he's not British, of course.
Ian Edwards is British?
Yeah, man.
Ian Edwards, the black comic?
Yeah.
No way, really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, Ian Edwards, and it was amazing. Amazing.
That's
we did
awesome.
great. And then as soon as we finished, George Wallace was going to come over and take over and do his stint, but he didn't turn up. So they cut the show. And then the second show was the Cobra Kai lot. So,
with Brett
which
Ernst.
our brother Ken Davitian was going to do as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was going to walk on stage and do stand-up. But he just went, no, I'll leave this one to the pros. And he walked away. Bless him.
Okay.
I love him to bits, but that's what happened to him.
That's what happens. So what? When you were starting out with stand-up, what were some kind of the challenges you had with? Did you have any hate? Because I know a lot of comics right now give a lot of shit to musical acts. Did you get any hate from that?
No, I didn't, and I didn't know they did that. I'll be honest with you. For me, the musical acts, they were literally like buzzing the fact that I was doing something different. So the fact that I used to walk on stage with a keyboard and then do my comedy with it, they were loving it. Yeah. And they were really going for it, like proper buzzing with it. And I was like, this is something that I really want to do more of. However, what they did frown upon was the fact that I did this character, this Armenian character. They were like, why don't you just come out and speak like normal?
What's the Armenian character? Let me see.
No, I talk like this on the stage, and I talk about how I come from Armenia. I come from a very small town called Askrak, and it's a beautiful place, and blah blah blah. And I do that.
Is this Is this someone you know that sounds like this?
No, my mother and father, man. I'm just saying. So now my mum doesn't even come to my shows anymore. She's like, no, because you're taking the piss out of us. I don't like it. So, but yeah, that's how it started, and that's what I did. I kind of did this, and the comedians were very kind to me. But in England, comedians are renowned, dude. I don't know what they're like here, but they're renowned for depression. Right? Yeah. So you don't talk to a comedian before he's done his set. Yeah. Because you walk on and go, "Oh, Jack, how you doing, bruv?" Okay, you know what? You take your time. I'll speak to you afterwards. And then when he finishes his act, he goes, "Yeah, Kev, how you doing, mate? It's nice to see you." And like, dude, I've been here for 3 hours watching you. But it's that depression attitude and whatever. And they're opening up. They're changing their ideas and their feelings about how comedy's meant to be. But I've got, and now that I've bought this comedy brand as well, I'm just kind of changing people's attitudes about it and just saying, just come out and just do the show. Enjoy it. That's what it's all about. Yeah,
because my old roommate was a guitar comic.
Oh, right? Yeah?
And he was starting out. And I told him, I used to always tell him, like, hey, man, just do stand-up. I said, what happens if your guitar breaks? What are you going to do up there? I was always giving him shit. So I used to hide his guitar and then put it in my car and like, go do stand-up.
Are you really?
Yeah, his name was Amir Khalil. He's still a comic to this day. He's actually, he's a feature at the LA Comedy Club for it's a magic show.
So now you play the guitar.
No, I play guitar.
No, but it's good, man. It's good. I think you know what it is. If you got a talent, show it off.
Yeah.
End of, man. Doesn't matter. I mean, for example, if they say, look, please welcome on stage Jack Asudurian, and you walk on stage, right, and then suddenly you're into like some kind of rap, right? Yeah. Or you're hip hopping, or you're doing some kind of dance. No one's going to expect that shit.
Yeah, no one.
You're a comedian, but no one's going to expect you doing that.
Yeah.
So why don't you come out and do it? Why don't you do something that no one else expects you to do?
Do something different.
I mean, there's a couple of comics in the UK that do that, and there's one guy. Oh my god, he beatboxes, right? And he talks about how he was in school and how he used to earn money by doing beatboxing, and then he shows you what he used to do. It is genius what he said. That's better than some of the jokes he says on stage. It's great, man. It's really good. Yeah, man. I think that's great. That's a great way of doing it. Definitely.
You were telling me earlier about you have like this brand in the UK.
Yeah.
What's the brand?
So I own Jongleurs, which is the
How do you spell that?
Jongleurs, JONGLEURS.
Jongleurs.
Yeah, jongleurs.com. And literally, it's the oldest and the biggest comedy brand in the UK. And during the pandemic, I bought it because the guy wanted to sell it. So I bought the brand. So we have like 2,500 comedians on the books. We've got loads of shows going around the country now. We're building our portfolio. It's amazing.
Oh,
Just
wow.
keeping comedians in work, dude. That's what it's all about.
That's great. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's great. We actually one of our sponsors is called the Comedy Showcase app. It's something similar. It's an app on your phone where basically comics post their videos and then they get paid for views and like kind of like YouTube.
That's great.
It's great. Comedy Showcase app. You should check it out.
I think everything's going towards the app side of the world anyway. You know what I mean? And I think it's a really clever way of actually getting comedians to be booked for shows and this and that, whatever, and people buying tickets. I think the app is the way forward.
Yeah, because honestly, before this, like I was talking to Mark about this, about like people weren't being seen unless you had a showcase for like a Netflix or an HBO or like how are these new guys going to get seen? How are you going to get seen without the industry is not going to come to or open mic or this and that.
No, they're not. No, and that's all changed now. That
Yeah.
totally has changed. So in like, you know, the 60s, 70s and 80s, if Eddie Murphy was doing like The Laugh Factory, for example, I mean, Richard Pryor did it, of course, but like Eddie Murphy was doing it, you'd have talent spotters that would come down and watch.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't need to do that. You just have to go online and watch Instagram and just see the next comic that's, you know, doing what they're doing and go, whoa, okay, well, let's get him on.
Yeah.
Or let's get her on.
Yeah.
Or let's get them on.
It's about views and about how many followers you have. What's your take on that?
You know what? That in a way, I think if you're looking at views and the amount of fan base you got, it's because it's a financial incentive.
Yeah.
End of.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't matter how funny you are. If it's a financial incentive, it's seeing like you got 1 million followers.
Yeah.
That's a financial incentive. It means I can put you on a TV show and I know I'm going to get an audience.
But you know what's crazy? These views, like some of these views, like there's like 1 million views, 2 million views. But then you read the comments, they're so mean. Like,
yeah, I know, yeah.
It's just people watching it, and like it's funny because they're like, I hate this guy. This guy sucks. But then it's a lot of people watching it. Everyone's watching it.
And that's what it's about. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad. If you're getting the views, you're doing all right.
But how do those views translate to ticket sales if everyone's angry? Are those angry people showing up at shows?
Well, according to Dave Chappelle. But yeah, no, they are. You know what? There's a lot of it going around at the moment. You know, I mean, there's people watching these shows and then suddenly they're going, oh, you know what? I didn't know this guy could be this funny. Let's go and watch him. Or, oh, I didn't know this girl had this talent. And let's go and watch her. But you know what? At the end of the day, the only way you're going to get yourself out there is through these online platforms now. YouTube, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you can get your face on, or TikTok. That's the big one now.
TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, man.
What's your TikTok? I'm on TikTok. My son is 13 with no talent. He has like 1 million followers.
No talent. What kind of a father are you? Yeah, it's like that comedian that turns around. There's a guy called Rudy. He does this joke. I laughed till I cried. He turns around and he goes, "Why do parents?" He said, "Send their kids on X Factor or America's Got Talent when they got no talent." He said, I find that really offensive. He said, "I find that really bad." He said, "I wouldn't do that to my kid." He said, "I just wouldn't do it, man. If my kid's shit, I'll tell him." He said, "The other day, my 5-year-old came up to me and said, Daddy, look at this picture." I looked at it. It was shit. I said, this wouldn't even make the fridge door. So you know what? It's just like but everyone wants to be famous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jack, that's it. Everyone wants to be famous, bro.
I just want to be an action superstar. Like
What
Arnold
kind of
Schwarzenegger.
Oh, really?
I want to do like a Jingle All the Way movie. You remember Jingle All the Way? It was
That's
one of his.
it was
one of his
worst.
Weird
fetish.
It's one of his worst movies ever. But I'm saying he was an action star, action comedy. Like I want to do that kind of thing, like a Rush Hour movie. Like, you know, like.
Okay.
I want to.
But you want to. But you want to be like. You want to be a baddie.
I want to be like a. I don't know, like an action
or an underdog hero.
I don't know. I want to be a bad. I want to be bad. I want to be bad and good. I want to like be bad and then I become good. You know.
Well, then you could do it where you could be like, you know, I suppose you could go around like have this psychotic thing, have this psychotic feeling about the fact that your child is talentless. Right? You just don't want any other child.
So I go kidnap kids with talent.
Man, and just...
These are my kids now. Lie.
This one can dance. This one can sing. But yeah, man, that's That's good, man. I want to do movies. I'm writing a few movies.
Yeah?
I'll get you into one of them. Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So we were talking about Dave Chappelle earlier. If you guys
Right.
don't know this, everyone probably knows already.
By now. Yeah.
He got attacked at the Hollywood Bowl at his show by
Terrible.
a fan who spent God knows how much money for a front row ticket. How much you think that ticket was?
Do you know, I have
Front
no
row,
idea.
he was
300, 400?
No, more than that, right?
Is it really?
Like 50, I don't know. I'll say it's up there. This guy spent all this money, sat in the front row, tackled him, got his ass kicked.
I saw the picture. That was a proper ass kicking.
He was like...
No, seriously, man. He was a contortionist. He didn't even realize he was one. But no, seriously, that was, he got proper ducked in. I mean,
but how do you think that, is that good for comedy or does he think it's bad?
No, it's great.
I think it's great too.
No, I think it's great.
I mean, the guy's probably never going to walk again.
Well, let's be honest with you, right? We went from Will Smith
Mm-hmm.
to this guy, and we're back to normal again now because Will Smith kind of made it okay for people to walk on stage and slap a comedian or an MC or whatever because they don't like the material or the joke that they're telling, which I find really, really bad.
Yeah.
Especially from Will Smith.
Yeah.
But then to top it off, this geezer jumps on stage last night, tries to attack Dave Chappelle, gets his head kicked in, right? Is ended up going to be in a wheelchair for a while. And the message out there is stay in your effing seats.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show. If you don't like it, walk out. Don't bother attacking the MC or the comic, you know?
And you know what's crazy? This guy that got his ass kicked now has more followers on Instagram than me.
Really?
No, probably.
Oh, no, don't say that.
No, I'm kidding. He's famous now. He
is famous,
His picture's everywhere.
But I found out he released a track as well, a Chappelle track or something.
What?
Yeah. He's a rapper.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what the info was. He's a rapper. And he's done a track called Chappelle. So this is what.
So this is publicity stunt.
So it's a public. It's got. It's what it should have been. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, that's. I mean,
that's what I heard. Anyway.
He's gonna have a hit finally.
Well, proper one. He got a few himself, but you never know. But no, that's I love it. I love the fact that that kind of attitude because there's so much. Do you know what? Comedians have the hardest job in the world, man.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, we have the hardest job in the world.
Yeah.
And we talk about things that people don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, if you don't like what you hear, get out.
Yeah, and we have to show up to work with a smile on our face, even if something's killing us inside.
Totally.
That's the hardest part about being a comedian.
Totally. And I've got to say, and obviously your listeners will agree with me on this. I mean, Chris Rock, wow. The way he carried on. That was something else.
Oh, my God.
The way he carried on was something else. I felt for him because I don't MC. I do an act. But I have MC'd in the past. And I know when someone comes to you hard like that, it's hard to get your rhythm back. Do you know what I mean? And do what you need to do. So God bless him for doing what he did. Yeah.
Did you hear what Chappelle said after he got hit?
No.
He said he was I think he was a transgender. He said something like that.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. Like I was like.
Just trying to get that controversial.
So he got hit, and then they all grab the guy and they go in the back, and then he goes, "All right, I gotta see this," and he goes back on stage and he goes, "They're whooping his fucking ass." But yeah, that's crazy.
He deserved it.
He deserved
every bit of it, mate. That's what it's all about.
What are you excited for the next 5 years? What's happening? Anything exciting happening?
Dude, I've got so many things going on. It's crazy. I'm filming again this year in Armenia. So I'm going to go and do my second documentary. The first one came out, as you know, on Amazon Prime, called Armenia Uncovered. Now we're doing the second one called Armenia Uncovered 2. Very original title.
Tell me about the first one.
The first one was amazing, Jack.
Tell me what was it about?
We just went and we filmed everything.
Yeah.
North, east, south, west. We filmed a lot. We filmed the entire Armenia. We filmed everything from the people, the heritage, the history, the food. The full works, man. It was unbelievable. We even interviewed some of the biggest stars on the planet for that.
Did you do comedy there?
Well, no, I did. I've done stand-up comedy there before.
Okay.
But you know what? The Armenians, they're a little bit like oldie worldy.
Yeah.
With their comedy. So when I came out and I did a couple of jokes about my mum. Oh my God. I mean, they were like, "No, this is not good. It's your mother. It's your mother. I think this is very disrespectful. Jesus is gonna punish you, you know." And I was like, "Oh, bless you. I said, you're not ready for this, then." Okay, so that was. But the documentary was great, man.
So the second one is about the same thing. You're not.
No, the second one we're climbing Mount Ararat.
Oh no way!
Yeah, man.
And you're being funny the whole time. I'm pretty sure.
Oh God, yeah. So we're gonna climb.
Are you speaking in Armenian the whole time?
No, the whole thing's in English.
Oh, perfect. There's subtitles in Armenian.
Yeah, subtitles in Armenian. Yeah, so we're going to climb Mount Ararat. Then we're going to go and see some of the places that we've lost thanks to Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
And we're going to go see that, and we're going to go and explore, just do some other stuff and whatever.
Isn't it not safe to go there right now?
No, that's right. It's not.
So it's an action movie.
It's an action movie, my friend. It could also be another Titanic where it just ends. That's it. You're never going to get a sequel to the Armenia Uncovered 2. It's end.
It's a comedy action.
That's it, man.
But then it's going to be a drama. It's going to be very sad at the
That's
end.
it. It's going to be drama. It's going to be and I don't know. Listen, we're risking our lives, but it's worth it, man. We want to let the people in the world know what we're about.
Okay, this next question is very important because I want you to think hard.
Okay.
So basically, everyone tells a story real quick about how they thought maybe this comic or booker or someone has like a problem with you that you think that, but you're not sure if it's true.
Right.
Is there someone like that?
Hell yeah, of course I know straight away, man, who that is.
Who?
That would be a guy that runs the Comedy Store in London.
Okay.
All right. And no. He's absolutely 1,000,000%. No, don't like you. Right? I'm not joking. So his name's Don. And he's a lovely man, and he's provided a lot of work for a lot of comics. Even the old school, like Robin Williams and all them. They've all been to the Comedy Store in London. But this guy has a absolute detesting hate, right, for musical character comedy acts.
Oh.
Hates them.
So that's why he doesn't like you.
Doesn't like me. But I've been.
Did he say that to you?
Yes. Totally, man. Totally.
It's so funny how you I go, take your time, think about it.
No need.
He goes, up, I got it.
I got it straight away. No, it doesn't like me. And I've been to his Comedy Store 3 times and 3 different occasions, which was out of his hands. These were private events that I went to. Got standing ovations every single time. And I walk up to him and I go, I've got a standing ovation, Don. And he goes, don't mean nothing to me. I just don't like you. So you kind of go with the flow. You go, all right, Don, thanks. At least, listen, you got to respect the guy for the fact that he's being honest.
Yeah. So was that Comedy Store built first before this one in LA?
No, you got me on that. I don't know. But Comedy Store in the UK has been around since the 70s, early 70s. So I'm not sure.
So this was built in the 60s, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 60s. We'll check on that later. But doesn't a trademark or copyright?
Well, yeah, no, he bought it. He brought the
he bought the name?
He brought the franchise off the original owner.
Oh.
Took it to England.
Got it.
And then he bought it out.
Got it.
For England. Because he managed to get the trademark for England only.
Oh.
So that's how he's done it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there when I was over there in the.
Did you perform there?
No, I tried to get up. I was doing another show. I was there going to Paris. I was doing a show at the Cafe Oscar in Paris.
Okay.
Did that show, and then I said I want to see the Comedy Store, and I remember it was in a Piccadilly Circus, right?
That's right.
Piccadilly Circus, I remember.
Piccadilly, don't take the piss.
Piccadilly Circus. So I went over
Piccadilly
there, and I was on the tube.
Underground.
Yeah. But it was cool. I went out there, took a picture, and I lied to my friends on Facebook that I performed.
Yeah. Just say you performed.
I was like, hey, I was in the parking lot.
Go, hey, I've performed at the Comedy Store. Woo!
Yeah,
standing ovation.
I don't like you.
Nah, don't like you.
Oh,
a comedy
man.
musical act.
That was a great story. Is there anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, there's.
Is there a comic in LA? Maybe.
Is there a comic in LA?
Maybe you think that this guy, I don't think he likes me. Because what I like doing is we mend relationships sometimes. They go, no, that guy doesn't not like, he loves you.
Oh.
So is there something that you think maybe, or even a booker?
Well, I'm not really. I mean, I've done a lot of shows here since 2000.
But you do big shows. You don't do the club scenes.
I don't really do the club. I do like a big theatre shows.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced here. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to go opposite to what you've just said because I have had a lot of love from a lot of comics.
Yeah.
But I will say, I walked into the green room at the Laugh Factory when Dice Clay was on before me.
Uh-huh.
And I walked in and I said, Dice, that was absolutely fantastic. I really loved your show. Yeah, get up, man. This is my time.
Oh.
So I walked out.
Wow.
And I went, ooh, I've just shot myself.
Yeah,
He scared me, man.
Vegas Laugh Factory.
Whereas Rich Little He cuddled me and gave me a kiss, and he went, "Dude, that was the funniest thing I've seen in years." So Rich Little was very complimentary.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you who else was recently. John Lovitz. Oh my God, the man was wonderful to me.
Yeah.
John Lovitz. I've had a lot of love. Dice Clay wasn't horrible.
I like you.
Yeah. But Dice Clay wasn't horrible.
No,
he was just. This is my time. I just want my space.
Yeah.
And
totally.
I respected that. I was like, yeah, cool, man. No worries.
I know. Whenever I worked at Laugh Factory, Harry goes, "Hey, don't come down," because Harry normally wants me to come early and check in and make sure everything's cool. But when Dice is there, he goes, "Don't come down early. Don't come down."
Well, I didn't know that. Harry didn't bother telling me that.
Yeah.
So that could be someone that doesn't like me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. You just kind of do your thing, and comics, you know, they're nice, they're kind. As long as you're kind to them, they're kind. But you must go through it here because I mean, what's the population of comics in LA?
Half of California.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everyone's a comic, dude. I mean, there's so many people going around right now
trying it out.
They do a couple of videos on Instagram,
and they think they're comedians.
I'm a comedian. That's what pisses me off. You see a lot of these TikTokers and social media heads, they just post comedian. And I've never seen you hit the stage once. There's some that transition, like King Batch. He's a stand-up now. I give him the respect. But a lot of these comedians, yeah, they just I'm a comedian now. Just because you make freaking, because you're very talented on video with editing, production, lighting, this, that.
Now come raw.
Now come with the black tee and some blue jeans and go up there and tell a joke.
Now come raw and tell us what you can do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the difference.
It's an insult. It's like saying like, "Hey, man, I bought a fireman hat. I'm a fireman.
I'm a fireman. Put me on the
thing. Put me on the...
Yeah. I've got a big hose. Let's go."
Yeah. Hey, Kev, thank you for being on the podcast. Where can they find you?
Well, listen, I'm everywhere and anywhere really at the moment. I'm doing my gig on Friday, but online you can go straight to kevlive.com and all my I call it my shit, but everything's on there.
Kev, I suppose
KevLive.com. Kevlive.com.
And your Instagram is kevorkian.com.
Real Kev Orkian.
Real Kevorkian.com. Dude, thank you so much for being here. No relation
to Jack, by the way.
Jack
Kevorkian, no relation.
That's the murderer, dude, right?
No, he wasn't really a murderer, was it? Come on, we need to back up our own Armenian people here. He was more of a guide to you. Yeah.
I seen the video on Amazon. He goes, "Hey, here, kill yourself."
Totally, yeah.
Right?
But he did all right though, didn't he?
Dude, thank you guys so much for watching Comedy Club Confessions. I'm actually going on tour really soon. Check me out, jackjuniorcomic.com for upcoming shows. And check out my Arsenio live taping. I just did that for Netflix as a joke. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.